Hi guys, back again now with this quad just to finish it off. So to speed this video up, I have the axle in. What I did know for that was, you see from the previous videos, when the bearings are removed here, left all the dirt and everything inside, so that had been cleaned out. Just a quick wipe around. Two bearings pushed in. There's the steel clip inside that. You can steer in just about here. You can see the way it splits. So yeah, that is shaft coming in from the right hand side, walking over after I had the two bearings put in. I then went on and put on the brake housing, which that was the video before of taking that bearing out, pushing in the new one along with the seal. It's all tapped in and ready, lined up with the holes for the bolts all around. There was the other small seal that was in the kit. Take this out of the way. I just put on the cast nut now. All the splines here for the hubs are all oiled up, greased. I mean, both sides, just if and when it comes off again, it'll be easier. So anyway, off of this collar, right here is that old seal. Just gonna put it down there by the new one, which was part number 303807. Now, before we put this in, what we have, what I was shown before, was that big washer, which I'm gonna put there, and a taper washer, which I had misplaced. So there it is. Found it again earlier. That's the tapered washer. Don't need to worry about that at the moment. Slide on the collar on its own first. And the new seal. Now that might have to be pushed back further afterwards. At the moment, I'm trying to do all this one-handed. Roll that seal around now. As I think the previous videos might have went on a bit too long, so just a Torx head screwdriver, or Torx head bit here. Doesn't have to be Torx, it just has to be something flat. Open and push this seal in here. Just keep going around with this till it goes in even all around. No, I think I'll be happy enough with that. If I'm not, I'll go back afterwards, but just to keep the video going at a reasonable rate. Big washer first, guys, which, as you can see, would actually push that seal in when it be tightened in. So you have the tapered washer that's going to be tapered side out. That's that. You have first big nut going onto it. These are very, very fine threads, so just leave it start. Don't rush into it. Once it starts, then you can speed it up. And no, I don't have a ratchet spanner for this. It's 45mm, so all I'm using is the adjustable wrench for that afterwards to tighten it. While I'm doing this, just tighten that in, and it's going to show you this arm back on as well, which is for the brakes, for the cables to go back. Let's put that on as well, the spring. There's a little hole in there that the spring locks into, and if you can just see there that just clips into the back of the arm, the rest of the spring. Just going to show you there. That'd be that. Okay, that just popped out there, not to worry, I can get that in afterwards. There was me trying to show you something there as I was getting another part done. Bearing in mind I am trying to do all this with one hand and one hand on the phone at the moment, so no, that is not tight enough obviously, because it is only by hand, but I will be going after it afterwards. There, you that other nut following it. You get the idea that I'll go up against it. Tighten in the inside one first, tighten this up against it. So now actually, while this is falling off, you see that the top of that just lots in. You can just see the hole here. It's where that spring is supposed to press in against. No, that's that in. Okay, right, that's pushed back in onto a spline. So I'm going to see now if I can show you. So that'd be with the brake on, brake off. Okay, I must turn off the compressor here too. Bad timing for that to kick in. This is going to be the lock and bolt for that arm so it doesn't come out. So slide the bolt in through it. Doesn't thread into this side, it just slides through. And that nut then goes on the other side. Now just have to get that in fully. I'm going to slightly tap it, which of course it's not ideal, but okay, this is there. That's it. It's been really tricky trying to do this with one hand. You get the idea. I'm not going to put that nut on at the moment, that'll just be too tricky. Now the bolts around the case, they're all the same length, so get them all started in by hand. This one here doesn't get one of these particular bolts because that's only going to be a short bolt for the guard, the steel guard that covers these. Okay, so they are all started. Going to speed it up with this. I had done a review of this recently. This is not in. It tightens to 7 newtons, I think. I'm not saying that's the torque spec for these bolts, just reasonably tight. Happy with all them. Important part, no drop of tea. Okay. The only other part to this side at the moment is the replacement seal. It's down there, which is part number 305810. Yet again, just tap that in around. Keep going till it's even all the way around. So I suppose with this way now, just sliding the hammer on the axle, when you hear it hitting against the steel, that's it, gone even. Go back to these now a bit by hand again. Just tighten the inside one here. Now you can see how that washer has really pulled itself in. You can't see the fresh seal as such anymore at all. I can still keep turning this by hand, so we're just going to go a small bit more with it. I will be tightening these in more afterwards. I just want to show you what's happening here is at the moment, because there is no load on the shaft. If you watch the splines as I turn it here, the whole shaft is turning, so it will not be tight enough at the moment to leave as is. Because I'm doing this one-handed, I can't lock it in place at the moment, so I'm just going to continue on. Slide the hub on, and what I can do like this afterwards now, simply put the bar in through here by using two hands. Use this back lever to stop this going forward, and then be able to tighten this. It does obviously require two hands, so it won't be done at the moment, just for the video. Get your castle nut again. $30mm socket for these. You must line this up reasonably snug. Then find a hole matching the castle nut to put in the split pin, preferably new pin. Tap that down. Keep on with that. See the pin to come out the other side. So that locks that in place, and then bend the pin up over towards it here. Then if we take off the nuts, put on the wheel, tighten these. I believe the torque spec for these is 55 newtons for the wheel nuts. That's that side down. Very same here. So that's that pushed in right to the back. It's all fresh grease now, as you can see coming out of that there. That's okay. Big castle nut here again. There it is. Same thing here again, guys. Use a new split pin if you have one. If you don't, you can reuse the old one, just not advisable. So let's say the wheels are back on, the pin is in there. This is the screw to remove to fill your oil. Always take that out before you do the drain, because whatever oil you've in at the moment, light, come on light, go better for me. That one there is your drain. So whatever oil you have in this at the moment is better than having none if you try and take this off first and then you can't open the top one. Because if this does drain out and you can put in more, then you can't drive to it. They're always in poor condition because they're staying inside the guard, which is rarely ever cleaned, usually covered in mud. So clean it off first. It looks to be a 10mm 80W90 gear oil is what you put into that. Just go to the cables here. I will not be setting them up at the moment, as that's going to require two hands. You see up here, your top cable here is going to be the brake that's operated by your hand on the left hand side. That's going to go into the top slot. The cable here, the one below it, is going to be in the bottom slot. It's operated by your foot. See the lever move forward, back. I'm gonna see how well I can show you this, that the brake is working at the moment. No brake on, shaft turn. Can I manage this now? Okay, so at the moment I'm going to be pushing out with my hand, holding the phone sideways, and I'm going to try to turn this, which it won't turn because the brake has it locked on now. So that's it. That shows the brake working and not working. I have it released at the moment. Move forward, push it in. That's it, working. You have to adjust your two levers here enough to get the same force you can do with your hand. It's only going to move that small bit forward. That's it, fully locked. But you have to have it done that it can fully release. So when it's fully released, put a jack or stand underneath it. Make sure you can turn the axle. If you can't turn the axle, it's too tight, and come back a bit out of it. That is the final video of the TRX 250 wheel bearings seals replacement.